Shop at Majestic Supermarket for kind and courteous service. In addition to your grocery list, we also stock perfume and gift sets, household items, over-the-counter drugs, pet food and accessories, footwear, mini hardware items and much more. It's a one-stop shop. We accept TT cards, links and credit card. Visit us at the corner of Little Koma Road and Komodo Main Road, Komodo. Telephone contact 643-94104, Majestic Supermarket.
Welcome, very special welcome today to our program, Journey of the Soul Towards a Structured World Spiritually. Why spiritually? Every day, every morning, when we awaken from rest, and rest is important. Rest, as we know, generally rejuvenates the body. However, the being in the body also needs to slow down. And within that slowdown, or you can say, it can be said, when we slow down, the soul naturally rejuvenates. It's like you are driving too fast and you suddenly, you begin to slow down, and the controls and the relaxed mode, not relaxed as in not paying attention, but more calm, in charge. So when we get up in the morning, sometimes, or we should, make some time to check ourselves and see what we are marketing outside there. Yes, marketing. As God's child, we should be marketing godly things. And this is exhibited more than anything else in our attitude and our tone of voice. Because when today, so to speak, is finished, it becomes logged. There is a karmic account, that is, another layer has been put there. And respected friends, if you have gone into loss, so to speak, it means you are owing. And if you are owing, you will have to pay. That pertains to all of us. And if you have late payment, you would have to pay interest. So it is always good to review, start your day, truly speaking, with lightness and awareness of gratitude. Not gratitude as in thank you, not that kind of gratitude. That is good. That is courtesy, that is good manners and so. But this kind of gratitude is a type of enthusiasm we should have, because our world today, we all are quite aware, as it is said in this country, left, right and center, issues come up. And we should be in a position mentally, always, to be able to step back. 2 ears, 1 mouth. You will hear me say this a lot of times on this program. Why do we have 2 ears and 1 mouth? It's important to recognize I should utilize, the soul, should utilize my vehicle as it is designed to be utilized, particularly the 5 senses. So to be a good listener naturally puts you into a respectful mode. If you are not a good listener, we always see this, sometimes people just hear two words, you look at the attitude, behavior of the other person and you fly off your handle. That's not good. And then you may say after, to justify what you have done, I put him in his place. There is no need to put anyone in their place. They are already in their place, so to speak. What is more crucial? What is more beneficial? What is more applicable is to step back. And the minute you step back, the energy is between you and the other person or group of people or whatever, it begins to become better balanced. That is missing now. Sometimes you hear people say, oh, this one has a one-track mind. How could you have a one-track mind? But those are the type of descriptions we use sometimes to insult people. We all have flexibility. We don't have one-track minds. We have the ability to analyze, look at the past, review, project something that is sensible as an outcome of whatever interaction. You could be speaking to a prime minister, a judge, an important person, or you could be speaking to a little child. It doesn't matter. That being in that body, respected friends, is God's child. As you are also God's child. This is a little challenging to do. But our world, the state of our world now, I mentioned this before, 2 aspirin would not do it. We need a penicillin injection. And meditation is a painless injection. Who wouldn't want a painless injection? Have you ever been to the dentist? Okay. So it's important to take a little time off and be on the journey of self-development. Today we are going to touch on some opposites. Opposites in the sense of what we have within us. I call it DNA, simple thing. This is how you resemble your mommy, your daddy, mother, father, auntie, uncle, or brother, someone. So we say that's the DNA of the family. We also have within us the DNA of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Don't we? Yes, we do. I think last week or so I spoke about forgetfulness. If we don't make time to rediscover ourselves, the sickness of forgetfulness will continue to place layers and layers and layers on our subconscious minds so that we become something else. How many of us are time and again something else? We should never be something else. We should always be, or at least have some alignment. You don't have to go around godly, godly, godly. People are going to laugh at you. You have to exhibit that. And at appropriate time, if you have to show the respect, the regard in like fashion, of course do that. But people don't go around the place the whole day in jobs, home, cooking, socially, whatever, doing. No, you don't do that. But we should do that from here. That is respect. That is regard. What is stopping us? So the opposites are, one, we have within us the ability to detach. It's called the power to pack up. And we can detach. Usually when you go to the gas station, you switch off, you have a sign here, switch off all engine, open flames, etc. We all know why. Some of us have open flames up here, and we need to switch off those flames sometimes. So to be able to pack up just means that in a second, for a couple of moments, I can have remembrance. And that remembrance is a connection, is filling the divine gas tank of the soul. Godly remembrance is a very, very necessary aspect of our living. Instead of that, many times, instead of stepping back, we become a little too outspoken. And someone who is too outspoken, generally, you are not liked by others. They may not show you that. I am not saying that we should be liked by others, but we should have an understanding that the entire human race, 8 billion and growing, whatever the numbers are, we are a family. Migrate from this country and go and live somewhere, well, not behind God's back, but go and live somewhere very far, not even a big time developed country, and give yourself 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and you will become part of the community. So we are a family. In some cases, you will start speaking the language if it's not language, if it's a different language. Sorry. So we have within us so many or so much potential. Respected friends, don't die and leave all those things behind. No, because you don't die, you leave your body. And when you leave your body, you don't get suddenly absent. No, there are statistics behind that based on a lot of ancient teachings, experiences, etc., which we would not go into today too much. But it is important to recognize that the soul is around for a little while. And would we want to be around with regret or with gratitude when the soul leaves the body? This is common sense. But we have to practice that, to have respect, to have regard, to have understanding, to be a good listener. These are not rocket science, these are not complicated things. For some of us, we want to fly to the sun and the moon and the stars and beyond with our attitude, not realizing how much stress we are creating and giving to others. Yes, so firstly, we should have the ability to withdraw, to step back, instead of being too outspoken. Secondly, we should also be able to not go into too much expansion, detailing. When some people start talking, you get worried? Yes. They don't stop. Why is that so? Don't play psychologists and psychiatrists and so on. Just show them respect, listen, and you speak less, but mean what you speak in the right tone, in the right manner. Because when you leave, you will go and tell someone close to you, oh Lord, I just had to tolerate all this. Yes, you had to tolerate it. But the main aspect is that you did not create a situation of regret for yourself, of insult to the other person. That person is a child of God. This is not so easy to swallow, because we are conditioned by our behaviors over a long period of time. And to go back within or to go internally, it's important to recognize that I need to rediscover. My body may be 10, 20, 40, 50, 70, 80 years, but before I leave, I should have a sufficient knowledge as to who am I, what is my part I am playing in this world drama stage, and where I am going. Let's take a short break.
Shop at Majestic Supermarket for kind and courteous service. In addition to your grocery list, we also stock perfume and gift sets, household items, over-the-counter drugs, pet food and accessories, footwear, mini hardware items and much more. It's a one-stop shop. We accept TT cards, links and credit card. Visit us at the corner of Little Koma Road and Komodo Main Road, Komodo. Telephone contact 643-94104, Majestic Supermarket.
Welcome once again. Of course, a gentle reminder, I am a student of the Brahma Kumari's World Spiritual University, also known as the Raja Yoga Center. And the points, the ideas, the thoughts, the good feelings that are shared are based on my life as a student of the Brahma Kumaris. So, we are talking about opposites today in terms of being able to pack up. Don't be too outspoken. In terms of withdraw, don't go into too much unnecessary expansion. And then we have this aspect of, this old saying, when in Rome, do as Romans do. Let's take that in a positive light. Wherever we are, we have to learn to adjust ourselves so that we are not inflexible, but we are flexible. Just like the example I just gave, you leave this country, you go somewhere else, different culture, somewhat different language, different environment, different practices. But over a period of time, you would adjust because of your flexibility, because of your desire to fit in. So, in the same manner, we should, in the dispatch of our relationships with others, we should always have the switch of adjustment on mentally. When we begin to practice these things, respected friends, the coolness, the calmness and the millions of health benefits those things have for us. Because when you get stressed out, go to a good doctor and find out. The amount of things go wrong when you develop stress, it is 100% scary. Human beings are not supposed to be stressed out. Of course, you can get a bit busy and situations can come and so, but nevertheless, you can't run away from your body. You still have to face it. So, the ability to be flexible, to adjust the situations is important. Always remember, at the end of the day, you should sit in silence a little bit. If you pray, whoever you pray to, so create that energy of surrendering your day. Because generally when you pray to someone who has some measure of divinity, whatever in your system, in your belief, whatever it is. The other aspect is the ability to accommodate. Now, to adjust is one thing, to be flexible, but to accommodate means to have capacity. You hear of this thing called multitasking. This is something we have to be able to do. We must be able to shut off what is necessary and open what is necessary. It's like the machinery of life that continues. And when you have the ability to accommodate, more than anything else, you will naturally have calmness. You'll be a good listener. You'll be someone who has, I mentioned this in program some time ago, this aspect that is taught by the Brahma Kumaris to be Trikaldarshi, big word, knower of the three aspects of time. One who has a mature understanding of what has passed, one who has a really positive, elevated and benevolent vision of the future by creating that future in the present moment. Past, present, future. This is not difficult to do. Practice is required. Slowing down is required. And when you begin to practice these things, respected friends, your household, we have many households. You have this household, you have the household where you, family, you live your life, your address, you have the household of your job. So we have more than one household. Because when we go to work, that is a household, we spend so much time there, we interact with people, and if your relationship skills are good, after a while you become a family. Yes. So the ability to accommodate means that within you, you can multitask, you can handle many things at one time without being insultive, worrying, complaining about I have too much to do. When you develop these skills, if you are a working person, you will have the strength to tell your boss, your superior, okay, we need to make some changes there in the form of a polite suggestion. When your boss is putting pressure on you, or even home, whatever it is, they know what they are doing. But if you don't step back and come up with good ideas, it will continue. We see a lot of that in relationships. And when you catch people in their right moments, they start crying, they start complaining, and I don't know what to do. That is the stark truth of what is happening in a lot of households now, even in workplaces. This cannot continue. And when I say this cannot continue, respected friends, we have to start thinking about where we are heading at this time. And this is called the power of silence. As I mentioned at the start of this program, sleep, silence rejuvenates. We all send out energy to others. But that energy is not just when you are interacting, talking, I am speaking to you, I am speaking to you. No. That's one form. Meditation is a potent and highly positive and benevolent form of communication. When you meditate, as per the instructions of the Brahma Kumari's World Spiritual University, politely, very politely, you are becoming a conduit to send out energy that is much, much needed to others. But if the mirror is not clean and you have too many things within you, obviously the message will be not as effective as you want it to be. It will be watered down. So this ability to accommodate within you, it brings out your management skills. You don't have to go anywhere to study that. No. The management skills of the soul are already within the soul. And when situations come, if we start quarreling and complaining and so, then you are putting a cover and a lid on your own goodness. Yes. Don't let that happen to you. And because the language you begin to speak to yourself and sometimes to others, I can't take this pressure anymore. This pressure you're speaking about is a very dangerous thing. Yes. So, learn the art of accommodating. And then you have this power to tolerate. When you are able to tolerate, no matter how forceful situations come, you maintain calmness to be able to solve. Because if you have to tolerate something, it means that something wrong, something heated, some complaint is coming to you. And sometimes it is based on that other person, group of people, whatever, they have jealousy towards you. But don't start entertaining that, otherwise you will begin to feel that other people have jealousy towards you. If you do that, you are watering the seeds of their jealousy. You are watering the seeds of their anger. You are watering the seeds of their upset. So it's important to be able to recognize when someone doesn't have the right feelings, that soul needs to be served more than anything else. Someone who is calm, communicable, and has a good sense of humor, and they learn how to speak appropriately, you don't have to serve that person too much. But more so, you have to chide and encourage them to become better. How many people take advice now, and how many people give advice? Most of the people, look at your own country and home, everybody is giving advice. Advice could also mean the ardent vice. So be careful of taking advice from others. When we learn the art of tolerating, the spiritual muscle of the soul becomes stronger. You are able to face situation, even insults and so, with calmness. And everything has a future. The other person, whoever it is and so, they will rethink how you behaved, how you responded. Many times you hear people say you react. Instead of reacting, let's learn the art of responding. So, in terms of a little reflection, to be able to generate these abilities to withdraw, to pack up, to accommodate, to tolerate, let us take a few minutes now as we end this program, this episode, to really imbibe strength through silence from the ever pure one. So let us sit up and sit comfortably. Allow your thoughts to slow down. As though you are rising above the ground and looking down. So many activities are taking place. But in these moments of reflection, I am stepping inwards and upwards. Inwards means I become aware that I am a beautiful spiritual star in the middle of the forehead, between the eyebrows. I am a soul. I, the soul, am God's child. I am light, and my eternal parent is pure and he is light. I step upwards far beyond this world. Into the silent company of love, of lightness, and the deepest truths of understanding God's love for me. I feel that closeness. The sweet and fragrant vibrations of the Supreme Father the Supreme Soul, the true Guru, remover of darkness for every human soul. In these time-out moments, I fill myself with peace, kindness, and a deep sense of forgiveness. In this awareness, I return down back to where I am seated, calm and full of enthusiasm to silently serve others with pure vibrations through my attitude. Om Shanti. Thank you very much for viewing.
Shop at Majestic Supermarket for kind and courteous service. In addition to your grocery list, we also stock perfume and gift sets, household items, over-the-counter drugs, pet food and accessories, footwear, mini hardware items and much more. It's a one-stop shop. We accept TT cards, links and credit card. Visit us at the corner of Little Corner Road and Komoto Main Road, Komoto. Telephone contact 643-94104, Majestic Supermarket.